Hello, everybody. It's a really pleasure to see some familiar faces here. I'll start by asking you, what do you think that the difference is between standard and education and what we got in Contruli? The standard education actually is designed in 17th century during the Industrial Revolution and hasn't been changed since, actually. It's been done the same way since 17th century, and it's been designed in a way to make you all very able to make somebody else rich. And Contruli is something that is giving you possibility to get rich yourself, but also to change. Darwin says, actually, he didn't say that. A lot of people are credited for some statements they actually didn't say, like Charles Darwin who said that it's not the strongest or the smartest of the species who survive, it is those who are the best adapted to the changes. And he never said that. That was allegedly in his Origins of Species, but it wasn't. It is also a statement by George Bernard Shaw who said, life is not about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself. So, how many of you, raise hands, are happy with how the world is set up today? How governments are running things, how political systems are, economies are? No hands, okay. So none of you is happy. So we want to change something, right? And they say, if you want to make a change, be a change. So you all started this journey by entering this Contruli school in order to change yourself, to improve yourself. But where does it stop? Some people think that, you know, by finishing MBA, by, you know, having your degree and everything, that's the end of the process. No, it's not. It's just the beginning. Because improving yourself is just one first step in a way to improve the world. You want to improve yourself, then you want to improve the environment around you, your family, your office, your company, your city, your state, the continent, to the globe, everything else, if you want to make the world a better place. And we would all like to do that. And I know that some of you will say, well, what can I do? I can't do anything myself alone, and that's not in my power. Maybe not. Maybe it's not in your power to make drastic changes. It's in nobody's power to make drastic changes. But the thing is, as Matt Dawson said, he was. You probably don't know who that is because rugby is not very popular in these areas. But he was the captain of the English rugby team who won the World Championship in 2008. 4 years before that, the same team didn't qualify from the group stage. They were totally flop. But the same team, with just a couple of players different, with the new management, they decided, okay, we can't change everything, but let's make a list of 100 things. And let's improve each of them 1%. And in 4 years' time, they became world champions. They improved 100 things by 1%. So nobody's asking you to make radical changes, but find 100 little things and make little changes. In order to be, let's say, responsive to the changes, because the world is changing very fast, and in order to sustain your ability to grow in that world, you need to be, I call it, vowed. It's like 5 vowels. You have to be A, you have to be very awake and aware of what's happening. You have to be E, engaged. Because you can't, even though you know what's happening, you can't be saying, like, that's not my problem, this part is not something that I'm entitled to do or doing to do. You have to be, what's the next one? I, okay? You have to be informed, because you can't make significant decisions if you're not informed. And there is another I that is actually subwriting all the other things, and that is integrity. You have to choose courage over comfort, and you have to choose what's right versus what's easy, fun, and fast. And you have to exercise your beliefs and your values and not just perfecting them. There is O. You have to be observant. You have to look what's happening in order to be able to react. You have to be you. You have to make yourself useful. Now, you has two ways of being useful. One, if you're an entrepreneur and working for yourself, you have to be useful and invisible in your company. And if you are working for a corporation, as I do, you have to be useful and very visible. That will help your career. Now, to just tell you, to finish this, I will tell you a short story to illustrate what I was talking about. They say it's like a fairy tale. Queen had a daughter and a son, actually 2 daughters and a son. One of the daughters was very, very beautiful, and she was all being prepared to become a wife of some other nobleman and so on. And the other was very, very smart, and she wanted to learn. And Queen put her to all the best schools. She finished all the best schools, but she still wanted some knowledge. Then she brought all the best professors around the world to teach her additionally. She learned everything she could, but she was still hungry for knowledge. So she decided to take her to Tibet, to one of the guys who was proclaimed to be the smartest man in the world. And she came there, and he said, okay, you will stay with me as long as you want. And every day you can ask me a question, and I will answer your question. If I don't know the answer to your question, I will tell you the biggest secret and the biggest actually meaning of life. The biggest secret of life. And she was asking him questions every day, and a year passed, and he knew answers to all the questions. Second year passed, she was starting to get frustrated because she wanted to learn the secret, the biggest secret of life. So she decided, okay, I'm going to try to cheat him to tell me the secret. And she took the butterfly in her hands, thinking, okay, I'll ask him to guess what's in my hands. And if he guesses, I'll ask him, is it live or dead? If he says live, I will squash it with my hands and show him that it's dead. And if he says that it's dead, I will open my hands and let it fly away, and it will be alive. And he will have to tell me the biggest secret. So she did. And she came to the wise man, and she was holding the butterfly, and she asked him, do you know what's in my hands? And he said, it's a butterfly. And she said, okay, but is it dead or alive? And he said, it's all in your hands.